Hello, my name is Ian, and I'm here today to try to explain a little bit about how our new age verification system, known as euCONSENT, is going to work. The aim of this video is to be relatively understandable, not too technical, but to give you a good initial insight into the design of the new system. At present, age verification works by you visiting a particular website, which might be selling age-restricted goods or have content that's only suitable for adults. And the website will refer you to an age verification provider. That provider will do a check on your age using any number of methods, perhaps checking a passport or a driving license, or looking for a database like a credit reference agency, or the electoral roll. It may even estimate your age using facial estimation, using artificial intelligence. Anyway, once it's figured out your age and decided if you're old enough to access the website, it will let that website know and you'll be able to carry on accessing the website. Now, the problem with that is when you go to another website, you'll have to repeat the whole process unless you're lucky enough to have found a website that's using the same age verification provider. So what we're trying to do with the new euCONSENT network is connect all these age verification providers together so that when you go to that second website, it will be able to recognize the fact that you've already done an age check and allow you to carry on, perhaps without having to take any further action at all. So how are we going to go about doing this? Well, it's relatively simple, and we're modeling this on the European identity system known as eIDAS. What will happen is you'll go to that first website and use that first age verification provider, but just before they send you back to the website to carry on with your purchase, or look at whatever it was you're planning to look at on that site, we'll leave a couple of cookies. These are tokens that go onto your device, whether that's a computer or a tablet or a smartphone, that let other age verification providers who are part of the network know that you've already completed an age check. So then when perhaps the following day you go to another website with a completely different age verification provider, it will see that token, that cookie, because it will be left from a website known as euconsent.net. And there'll be what we call a subdomain for each of the different age verification providers. So call them AV provider 1. So their subdomain might be av1.euconsent.net. And they'll have left that token, that cookie on your device. And then that means that it's fairly straightforward for another AV provider to spot that cookie. And having done that, they will redirect you back to the original provider with whom you've already done your check. And that provider will perhaps ask you to enter a password, or ask you to use your thumb on your phone, or to take a selfie, depending just how secure we want that to be. And then having established that it is the same person who did the age check yesterday, can confirm to the new age verification provider, using an internet protocol called SAML, that you are eligible to access that website. And the second provider can then go ahead and tell the website you're trying to access that day that you're good to go. Just to make this even easier, we're going to have a time limit so that perhaps after 4 hours, you have to repeat that process. But within those first 4 hours, there'll be no necessity to go back to the original provider. There'll be a short-term cookie left on your device, letting other age verification providers know that you've recently been checked, and therefore it's quite likely that you're still the same person who did that check. Now, of course, we do rely on still parents to be diligent, and if they're looking at something sensitive online or buying something they wouldn't want their kids to buy, then they would need to perhaps log out of their profile on their device, so that when the child picks up the device within that 4 hours, they're asked to start afresh, and obviously they wouldn't be able to prove that they were an adult. But in essence, that's how the age verification process under euCONSENT is going to work.